Hi friends, my name is Sudha. I live in Silicon Valley. I'm a software engineer working in JP Morgan. Today I want to share with you a very beautiful tip that I have been personally following for many years to keep myself motivated when I'm almost on the verge of giving up something. And I just realized that very unconsciously I've been following this for many years, maybe since my college days or something. And I'm not really read about it anywhere. I've not really heard people talking about it. So I thought this is something very potent and I should share with you all. So let's go on. So the tip is, when you get hurt, when someone hurts you, just don't do anything about it. So I would just say preserve your hurt. That's my tip. So what I mean by that is, let's say someone hurts you, right? And generally, let's say people think low than what you are, or through their body language, or directly or mostly indirectly, right? You feel the hurt, right? You feel that they are wrong, their perception about you is wrong, and it hurts you, right? It hurts you. So our very normal reaction to the hurt would be to talk to that person, if they are the same level and it's approachable. So you just tend to talk to them, or text them, and you try to convince them, discuss and convince them, and you try to change their perception, what they hold about you. But I don't know if that really works, because I've also tried that, and sometimes it kind of becomes unpleasant. So no matter how hard you try to keep it more direct, more respectful, and more objective, sometimes things go out of your hand, and you realize that the Cold War is actually, it's become like a real war, right? So it's not really working all the time, and the end result is you will probably not be able to change your perceptions most of the times. The second thing which normally people tend to do is, instead of talking to that person directly, we try to talk about it to our family and friends. We just vent it out, like, how could he say like that, and what is he thinking? I did that, I did this, and he's not thinking it right, and I'm going to do this, that, everything. We just go and talk it out, vent out all our frustration to our near and dear ones. That's the most normal thing that we do. But if you just think about it, neither of these two is actually changing the situation. The bottom line remains that person is not thinking the right way. He's just not got the right perception about you. And either talking to him or her, or venting out your feelings to your family or friends, is actually not changing anything about it, right? So unconsciously, I realize what I've been doing during these situations is I keep quiet. You know what? I just don't talk about it at all. Okay, but I just preserve that hurt, and when how powerful that is. Not talking about your hurt and just preserving it within you. It might sound like you are being a coward by not doing anything about that hurt, and not doing anything to that person, not reacting at all. But actually you're being very intelligent and smart. Preserving your hurt is the most intelligent thing that you can do. I'll explain why. You know what? So when you're on the verge of giving up, let's say you're exercising and you're in the last 5 reps and you really want to give up, you just want to stop. And at that moment, you know what? You just remind yourself about that hurt. Okay, remind yourself about that person and the hurt. Just run it to your mind and imagine that that person is actually watching you. You know what? You just bring back the entire negative, not, I wouldn't say negative, that hurt in your mind, and kind of that anger and that frustration that you have just makes you run that extra mile, because you want to prove to that person that he is wrong and you are much above than what he or she is thinking about you. So this is something is very potent, because every time I try to do this, I've never given up. It could be anything, it could be finishing up an article, or as I said, the exercise, or doing something out of your comfort zone, and you want to really give up and you're not really motivated and you're feeling low. That one thought about that hurt, all that anger and frustration which you have not vented out, which you have not expressed to anyone, which is still remaining in your heart, that actually gives you that power to go much beyond your imaginary boundary line, and you just produce the result that you want to produce. And the reason why I'm saying this is the most intelligent thing is, if you remember, there's a proverb in I don't know whether it's a proverb or saying, but I've heard it many times. The best way to make the world shut up is to produce results. Okay, so you actually want to tell to that person, hey, shut up. This is not what this is not what you have to think about me. This is wrong. You're not supposed to say all these things. You actually want to make them shut up, and you want to change their perception. And the best way to do it is by producing results. And that hurt, by preserving that hurt, you are actually using that to produce results, and that will eventually change your perception, so you get what you want. So this is something that I have been unconsciously practicing for a very long time, and I really wanted to share it with you all. So please like, subscribe, and more importantly, I want to know what you think about this idea. I want to know if you have also been unconsciously practicing it, or sometimes you have practiced, and or feel free to share what you usually do to help you stay motivated during these times. Thank you all. Thank you for watching. All the best.